Hey there, guys. Hey, gals. This is my first time recording a video on my computer for something like this, so I'm awkward. Um, Bear with me. I want to really quick cover some main points for this week's work. That's going to be basically talking about self-esteem, stress, and then mental illness. Overarching theme is what do you need to do for your mental illness research paper, which a lot of you have completed already. So I'll allow you to, after this, if you want to go back and change anything, you can. If not, this stuff is really important. And I don't have a way of lecturing to you or talking to you or teaching you without doing it on computers, and I just don't think it's as valuable. So I hope this video does help if you watch it. And if you do watch it, hopefully it does help you with your assignments. So again, the main points here that I want to make to you. A healthy self-esteem is not having a perfect life. You are in control and you have to practice self-improving habits and Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how that's going to play a role. If you take psychology with Mr. Cranberry, you're going to hear a lot about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So a little correlation, cross-curricular stuff there with your classes. When it comes to self-esteem, it's really important that you have to understand here. You might look at people and see the life they're living and see what's going on, or you see them on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and you think, if I had their life, I would have their self-esteem. But that's not true. First of all, you all know that what you see on social media or what they're presenting to you every day in the hallway might not exactly be what's going on inside. Usually people that are struggling the worst know how to fake it the best. So we'll have that in mind as we talk about this. But what I want you to think about is in my slideshow, if you've gone to look at the slideshow, the definition of self-esteem is not having everything perfect. It's resiliency when things aren't going your way. So you can have everything going your way and be happy and just, oh, it's a good day. That doesn't necessarily mean you have a healthy self-esteem. That just means you don't have any problems. It's when you have problems and you say, I can get through this. This challenge, it's not bigger than me. I'm bigger than this challenge. That's a healthy self-esteem. That's looking at something in front of you and saying, okay, I'm going to have to work. I'm going to struggle, but that's okay because I trust myself. I know that no matter how difficult it gets, I can keep going. That is a healthy self-esteem. Now, some of you may be thinking, I don't have that. That's great, Mr. Cullen, but I don't have a healthy self-esteem, so what am I going to do about that? Well, luckily for you, a healthy self-esteem is like having healthy muscles. You can work on them. It's going to take time. It's going to be difficult. It's not always going to be, yep, we're doing great, doing great, doing great. We're there. We reached it. It's going to be this. That's what self-esteem is. But there are things you can do to practice it. If you go and look at my slideshows, you'll see that I have a list of ways that you can improve your self-esteem. And with self-esteem, it's self-value, confidence in yourself, self-respect. They all are correlated, but self-esteem, those are the ones I want to focus on with how can you improve it. Top one on there, surround yourself with people who value and respect you. Now, I know you come from a small school, and you don't always get to choose who you surround yourself with. And even if you're in a large school, you might not be able to do that. So you might look at your environment and say, well, I can't control that. I don't control my environment. But you do control who you let into your life or who you let out of it. So take a look at that list of things you can do to improve your self-esteem. One of the ones that I want to emphasize that I love in there is to do stuff for other people. I've never seen someone run ahead and grab a door and open it for somebody coming up behind them to allow them to enter without a smile on their face and oh, thank you, well, you're welcome. When you do stuff for other people, you feel good about yourself. You feel like you're someone, if you're able to take care of other people, if you're able to use your skills, your talent, your time even, to help other people, it says a lot about you and your character. And your character is a reflection of your self-esteem. So again, take a look at that list. Maybe write down 2, 3, 4 of them that you want to start practicing today. Again, this is stuff that you can take right now, use, and it can benefit you the rest of your life. Also, if you look at that list and you see there's things on there and you might be doing maybe the opposite of what it suggests, maybe it says surround yourself with people that value and respect you, yet you find your friends are always putting you down, asking you to do risky things that get you in trouble, asking you to do things you're not comfortable with, or just making you feel like you're not valued or worthy of love, let's get rid of them. All right? Start focusing on things you can change in that list. The last thing in self-esteem I want to talk about is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. With Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you'll notice on my slideshow there's a pyramid. It has your basic needs at the bottom. This is your physiological needs. This is food, shelter, warmth, everything you need to survive. And then it starts building on these needs. And if you take a look at those slides, you'll notice that these are all kind of like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. We need those things. But as it progresses, this is really to emphasize why, honestly, your self-esteem is so important. That's why I have Maslow's in here. I'm going to pull up the pyramid, and hopefully you're able to look at this while I'm doing the video. I could put the slideshows in here. My wife was telling me about how to do that. I'm just trying to get this video out to you guys before it's too late, all right? So with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we go into that physiological needs. We have our security needs, so safety. You know that you're going to have a home to go to. You know that when you go home, you're not going to be abused or you're not going to have any issues like that. So you have those basic security needs. And then you have social needs, your sense of belonging, being loved, your family. Maybe it's your friend group. Okay, we all need that. You might say you're a loner. That's totally fine. That's who you are. That's great. But we were designed, we are human beings. We are social creatures. We need that social belonging, even if it is a tight knit of 2-3 people, or it's a group of 100 people. I'm sure it's not your thousands of Snapchat followers or whatnot. It's probably going to be that closer knit social group. So we have our physiological, our safety and security. We have our social needs, and then our esteem needs, your self-worth and accomplishment. All of these are taking us into self-actualization at the top, which is you being the best you can be. Whether it's in your job, your relationships, your schoolwork, your family, your happiness, your hobbies, your sports, your talents, whatever you're expressing yourself in, if you're going to be your best at it, you need these basic needs. Now, it's not saying that if you don't have these needs that you won't be able to be great, but to be your absolute best, Maslow argues or researches and says that you need to have these basic needs, and esteem is at the top. So you might have your physiological needs, you might have your safety and security, you might belong to a group of people that loves you and cares for you and values you, but you just don't have the self-esteem you need. You're never going to be the best you can be. That's why this is important. But like I said previously, you can work on that. You can improve that. You can practice it. And that huge list I provided, pick a couple of those things. Start practicing today. Also, check out those TED Talks. Check out some of the things in the formative I put out there. Again, I know you guys have a lot of work to do. I know there's a lot of summative stuff that's weighing down on you. I'm going to leave you in Schoology all year long, all summer long. I'll kick you out when the next school year starts, if it starts. I want you to check these things out. I don't put them in here because I want to bore you to death. I put them in here because I think they could potentially help you and change what you're doing. All right?